All right. What's up, gang? We're back. We're slowly losing the voice from all that sweet, sweet content this week, but we are back. So we're going to just look at the playing game. We're going to talk through a couple of different scenarios here, and then we'll look at some projections and stuff. We'll get you going. Because we have our first play-in lock of the new playoff series of what's going on. That is tonight. Yeah, we're so early because it's just only 2 games. We're not waiting on any news outside of Grayson Allen at this point, and Grayson Allen is not important enough to do before lock, and we also just won't have the information in time. So I figure we just fire it up now. So let's let's take a peek at tonight first. All right. So tonight first, we have the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. That's the first game, and I think arguably one of the more important ones to get right, because if we enter the crystal ball here, and just a reminder for scheduling purposes, right? This is what this looks like. So the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets are the 9 and the 10 seed. The winner of this game will take on the loser of the 76ers and the Orlando Magic tomorrow. The winner of the game tomorrow, they move into the 7th seed into the postseason. For the Trailblazers and the Suns, they are actually the 7 and the 8 seed. So the winner of that series, the winner of that game tonight, will punch their ticket. They'll be the 2 seed. They will play the San Antonio Spurs. The loser of this game will play the winner of tomorrow's Clippers and Warriors game, which I believe will be on Friday. So we kind of have some guesswork to do for this first game week, right? Because the first game week here on Sorare, if I recall, is going to take us through Friday, and then we'll have another lock on Saturday. Because Saturday is when the postseason officially tips off, right? We're going to have 4 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday, and I think that takes us through quite a bit. Let's actually go over to So Rare first, and then we'll come back over here. I see Hugo Diprabo in the chat saying hello a bunch of times. Good to see you. Okay, so this upcoming game week, let's go to excuse me. Let's go over to the upcoming game weeks, and we see this takes us through the 18th, right? So that takes us to Friday. No, that actually takes us through Saturday. That must mean it locks at midnight. Right? I was hoping they were going to list the other game weeks too, because my assumption is then it'll go from Saturday to Saturday, right? I know that's what they did in the past, or is it got? Maybe the chat actually knows. Will it go like all of round 1? Will it go for like a weekend? Is it similar? I can't remember. Well, whatever. We'll have that information by Friday, the next time we do a live before lock, or Saturday morning, that is. But let's go back over and look at these games. So tonight, the first one I think is the most important game, because I do believe the winner of this game is going to win the second game too. I think this is basically for the 8th seed, because I kind of think Philly's going to beat Orlando, and then Orlando's going to lose the 2 games. So if I had to guess right now, I would say the Charlotte Hornets are playing 2 games this game week. The Orlando Magic are playing 2 games this game week. The Suns are playing 2 games this game week. And I don't know about the Warriors and the Clippers. Yeah, it should restart on Saturday. I would say Saturday, the first game is at noon or 1 p.m. Eastern. I can't remember. That should be when it fires up again, would be my guess. But anyways, let's go back to this. So for the Hornets tonight, you can see they are favored by 5.5, right? They have basically all of their guys except for PJ Hall are available. So we don't have to worry about any injury stuff on Charlotte. Miami has already ruled in Pelly Larson, who's questionable at the start of the game. So is Simone Fontecchio. They're without Jovic and Drew Smith. One of the things we're going to see from Charlotte, again, if you think they're playing 2 games, I think like guys like LaMelo and Brandon Miller and Kahn are some of the best plays, because I think they are going to be high scoring, and you're going to get 2 games from this game week. So I really like them. Miami, again, because it's not a cumulative score, right? You just need your best spike. You still can get away with playing Bam. He would be my favorite Miami Heat. Norm Powell's cap has come way down. If you think he's going to play his full minutes, I think that's something that's fine. And then let's do Portland, Phoenix, and then we'll look at tomorrow too. So on Portland, the biggest question mark they have right now is Jeremy Grant, who has not played in forever, is questionable tonight. Now, because he hasn't played in forever, there's a chance that if he goes, which I do lean he kind of is available, he's only going to play a handful of minutes. I don't think he's going to play full minutes. I don't think he's playable and so rare. If anything, maybe that limits some of the upside of a guy like a Matisse Thybulle or somebody like that, because it is going to be tough to find value this game week. I think somebody like Norman Powell would be my guess is the one that pops the most on the and yeah. So also with Portland, I see Magic is putting Clint Kong in there. One thing to point out too is Robert Williams, Time Lord, has been playing a little bit more. The Blazers seem to trust him more on the defensive end when it comes to crunch time. He's a better defender. We've been seeing him close out games. I think Time Lord's kind of an interesting piece for this game week. And then on the Phoenix side, the biggest question mark here is Grayson Allen. Phoenix has already ruled in Jalen Green, Jordan Goodwin, Colin Gillespie, but Grayson Allen is a real Q tag. I actually kind of lean that he's out. If he is out, nice little boost to guys like Dylan Brooks, Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, Royce O'Neal, all of those guys get a little bit more run. And then, okay, so tomorrow, and again, so just a reminder, loser of the Portland Suns game. Yes, I know. Hero's insane in the play-in. I know. Matters when it matters most. He shines bright like a diamond. So again, the loser of that Portland Phoenix game, they move on. They'll play another game this game week, and then the winner of the Charlotte game. So now Magic and 76ers. You see, Philly is favored by 1.5. This line has shifted a little bit. We already know that there's going to be no Embiid in this one, which kind of stinks, right? So no Embiid in that one. We also know. Let me see. I don't know if they've officially filed, but Broom's the only other one. So Maxey, Paul George, VJ, Kelly Oubre are all going to be good to go. I think the biggest question mark here with no Embiid, we could probably assume Adem Bona gets a start, but because the Magic don't play too big, I wonder if we see a little bit more Dominic Barlow. That could be an interesting low cap play, like keeping the bar low there with Dominic. Something to think about on the Philly side. Orlando, man, I don't really know. Like Franz Wagner does not look 100%. Jonathan Isaac and Jet Howard are both questionable. For me, like Paolo, for sure the best play of this group, even though he's kind of looks subpar. Jalen Suggs is going to have his handfuls trying to stay in front of Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Don't really love that spot for him. And honestly, like Orlando's kind of dead. So I think for me, man, I think Orlando plays 2 games. So even though I don't like the vibes of Orlando, Suggs and Paolo may be your best bets of like high upside plays on this team. Philly, I think, is only going to play 1 game, but Maxey, of course, if you play him. I mean, if you got him, you play him. And then again, I like the idea of a Barlow, somebody like that. On the Golden State side of stuff, we have the Warriors and the Clippers. Clippers are favored by 4.5. Both teams like relatively healthy. The Warriors are going to be without Cryer, Moody, and Jimmy Butler. Quentin Post is questionable, but they've got Porzingis, they've got Steph, they've got Al. I was kind of surprised to see the Clippers favored by as many points as they are, but I guess because they're the home team and they've got the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers are going to be without Isaiah Jackson, Bradley Beal, and Conan Niederhauser, but they do have Kawhi and Garland. Those are going to be the 2 best plays. Just to point out, man, Benedict Mathurin has been pretty tough. I know he played 32 minutes in their last game. That was without Kawhi in a game that didn't really matter at that point. I kind of like John Collins in this matchup. I feel like they're going to have to play him a little bit more. But again, I don't really these aren't the fantasy-friendly matchups. I really do think targeting this Hornets Miami game is probably the nuts here. Boylan saying my top team has Paolo, Maxey, Drew, Suggs, and Mark Williams. There you go. That's fun. Let's actually look at some of these projections here from our friends at Top Tier. I haven't really dug in too much. And just so you guys know, we're probably only going to go like 30, 35 minutes today. The Dubs are apparently putting KP, AI, Steph on minute restrictions. I think Al, under the best circumstances, was only going to play like 22 or 24. I do think, what's up, Victor? I do think Steph, though, is going to be closer to 30, right? Well, what did he play in that last game? Because they were talking about lifting it for the last game. He played 29 minutes in that last game. So Steph north of 30 is fine. And then Porzingis, his last couple games, he's been in the 25. I bet we see Porzingis get closer to 32. So I'm not too worried about that from a fantasy perspective. But yeah, we'll probably go for like 30 minutes today, just because, again, we don't have 30 to 35. We don't have like a ton to go over. But let's just look by value, just straight value here. Con Knippel seems to be the one that pops the most. Cap of 26, he projects for 37. LaMelo is followed up there with a cap of 43 and a projection of 50. And then Brandon Miller. So 3 of the top 4 value guys are all coming from the Charlotte Hornets. And again, I'm not too surprised by that, because I think they have the best shot at playing 2 games of all of the teams. I feel the most confident that they play the 2 games, and I just really like them. Franz Wagner, man, it's appealing because it's hard to find guys with low caps that feel like strong plays. And so you see the name Franz, you see his minutes slowly creeping up, but I just don't love it. But again, if you think they're going to play 2 games, sure. I think the Green's pretty interesting too. Cap at 30, projection at 37. Again, if you assume they play 2. And then actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do team by team here. We kind of just did Charlotte, but let's do the rest of Charlotte. Since we only have a handful of teams, we might as well do it this way. We can do it by projection. So Miles Bridges, he basically projects for his cap. Not a great value. Same thing with Moussa Diabate. Kobe White, I'm having a tough time figuring out Kobe minutes. Mark's saying Franz will play way more minutes. I know, but dude, he looks bad. Like, he looks not good. He looked hurt in that Celtics game. You can do it. You can do it, especially if you think they play 2 games, but it's not my favorite. I wanted to just shout out Grant Williams. His cap has gotten a little too high. I wanted that to be lower. I thought that was going to be a sneaky value play. But for me, it's just that top 3 of LaMelo, Miller, and Khan is my favorite. All right, let's do Miami now. Miami, so Bam's cap is up at 43. I think that's fine. I think Bam is a really solid MVP play, or a second MVP if you need it. Hero, I know, according to StatMuse and all the historical data about Tyler Hero in the postseason, this Miami team offensively has been kind of funky outside of Bam. Don't feel awesome about Hero, but you got to do it. I think Wiggins, Norm Powell, Pelly Larson, Jaime Jaquez, and Davion Mitchell are all interesting spots to get some value. Norm and Wiggins, my 2 favorite. I'd Pelly next, then Jaime. I'm staying away from Khalil Ware. I think they might announce that Khalil Ware is starting. I do not trust those minutes whatsoever. Spo doesn't like him. All it takes is him missing 1 defensive assignment, and then he will be banished. We will never see him again. So I think I'm staying away from most of these Miami guys outside of that range. I do like the Wiggins, Powell, Pelly. I think that makes some things work there. Let's do Portland next, or does it? Yeah, Portland. So Kling Kong projecting higher than Denny Avdia is crack cocaine. I don't think it can be. I don't think you can do that. No Denny. What's up, Petty? No Denny. I mean, no, that's a terrible projection. Denny is going to. I think he's going to play 2 games. I think he's going to get north of 40. I'm not really worried about it. I think he's arguably the best play out of all the games tonight. I like him a lot. And then Kling Kong, I think, is fine. Let's see if we can find some value, though. Drew and Tumani's cap. Well, Drew is a pretty good play. Tumani's cap up at 36 kind of sucks. Missed me on the Jeremy Grant stuff, but I did want to highlight Time Lord, as I mentioned. Cap at 19, projection of 20. I could see, again, him stealing some more minutes. I think that's pretty fun. Matisse Thybulle can't do it. His cap has gotten too high. So I think, like, in Shaden Sharp's cap is still too high too. But Time Lord, and Drew Holiday, probably the best values, and then Denny right there as well. Let's do the Phoenix side now. I always forget. Is Phoenix PHO? Yeah, there we go. All right, so book cap of 42, the projection of 40. I mentioned this morning. I don't love the fact that Tumani Kamara is going to be draped all over book tonight. So I kind of like going to guys like Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks a little bit more. Again, real risk. I don't think we'll have the Grayson Allen news before lock. So I don't know if we can go to Grayson Allen. If you want to mess around, Mark Williams, cap of 21 is a pretty nice salary, or cap relief. Jordan, same thing. I really like Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, probably my 2 favorite plays from value purposes. So that is tonight's stuff. Right now, let's do Orlando. We'll do that one next. Again, Paolo, Suggs. Thinking more about this, we've been looking for cheap cap guys. I think Mark is probably right here on Franz. Because even if Franz only gets you 27 fantasy points, the cap of 23 is like really nice salary relief when we don't have, or cap relief, I keep saying salary, where we don't have a lot of spots to save cap. So I think Franz is fine. I almost think I'd rather play Wendell Carter Jr., especially going up in a matchup against the Sixers where they don't really have a big. So I think you could do that. Goga Batazzi should get a little bit of run, but I don't think we want to do that. And then Anthony Black is somebody we haven't seen his minutes go nuts yet, right? And in his games back, right, he has played 15, 16, 18, 19. I don't know. Maybe he gets to 24 in this matchup. I think you could do something like that. I think Anthony Black is worth a shout here. Would love to. I wish we could see his minutes full, but they also have too many guys. Like, look at how many guys they have projecting. Makes it really tough. Makes it really tough when you've got that many guys. And then on the Philly side, We already talked about Maxey, Paul George, both fine plays. VJ's caps come up a little bit, but still no Embiid, so I think there's some meat on the bones there. We like Oubre, but again, it's figuring out this range right here. I think Barlow is not going to be somebody people go to. Cap of 17, projection of 15, and I think that might be so far my favorite spot that I found that we can save a little bit of cap. So I think Barlow is an interesting spot there. That's a little bit better. Barlow, Bona, all of those guys, Drum Dog, I think are some spots to hopefully get a little love. Who played that? Well, they weren't really trying in that Bucks game, so it's hard to tell. But Bona's interesting. All right, last teams we're going to get into. Golden State, Steph's cap at 34. You can absolutely play him. Porzingis, same thing. We mentioned Quentin Post is questionable. Guy Santos takes a little bit of a hit with Al Horford and Porzingis and Draymond, all of those guys being back. Honestly, Stephen Clay, and then maybe some Gary Payton II, but I think it's just Stephen Clay for me from this team. I don't think I want to touch anything else. I don't love it. I don't love the rest of these guys. And then on the LAC side, I think I'm kind of done with Benny Math. I know his cap's only 21, but I don't know how much they Derrick Jones Jr. feels like a better value play. Yeah, listen, travel addict guy, man. Oh, did I say Clay? Yeah, I definitely meant Zanger. Kristaps. Sorry, my bad. Is Nikola? No, I mean, listen, I went in the Discord a little bit and talked about it. Elliot said Light said he's already working on that stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's insane and silly that we are on year 3 or 4 of this, and we're having the same conversation every time. How come we can't figure out the algorithm? We're well, it's because it's adjusted with the market. And Max Sugar was a fucking 5-star, man. Max Sugar's not even going to play 5 minutes for an NBA team again until 2029. So it's we should be able to just eyeball this and figure it out. But again, I don't know. Maddie says quick play. LVL is 15. LVL. No. Oh, level 1 is 15 points. Level 2 is 8 assists. Who should we target in these playing games after tonight to hit the 8 assists? So you need 8 assists tomorrow. 8 assists tomorrow. Your best bets are Maxey. I think that's honestly your only bet. Maxey and Garland. Maxey and Garland for 8 assists. Maxey and Garland. Yeah. Okay, back to these Clippers. Yeah, Derrick Jones Jr. and John Collins, I think I like as better value than I do Benedict Mathurin. Kawhi, Garland, and then Collins and Derrick Jones Jr. Those would be my favorite 4. My fave 4. If we run, all right, there we go. That was pretty good. That was an efficient 18 minutes. Let's run the Sims. Run the Sims for the champs. Maxey, Connie, Jalen Green, Franz, LaMelo. All right. Let's do contender. We got Con, Jalen, Franz, Drum Dog, Melton. Interesting. So if I run mine here, if we do limited. Oh, somebody's fighting outside my apartment, I think. Lots of yelling. I don't know what's going on. If I do mine, it says Maxey, Jalen Green, Suggs. I actually like this. Maxey, LaMelo, Jalen Green, Suggs, and Drummond. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Shout out Borland and the Twinkies. Everybody forgetting about Bogey. But is Bogey going to play, man? They seem done with Bogey. Let's see. What is he projects for 0? He hasn't played in he played 20 minutes in the last game, but other than that, he hasn't played in a meaningful game in a while. I think I love Bogey. The Bogey thing might be done. Let's go over to, if you guys have questions, by the way, he played the last game because they were sitting dudes. The game didn't matter. Bogey's fish food. Bogey is fish food. Can't look at box scores. Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, so let's see. What are we? I don't even know what we're playing for anymore. We're still playing for cash, right? Streaks are dead, though, right? The streaks are dead. Remind me here what we're playing for. Streaks are dead. And then the quick play thing is just the special cards, right? Requires clutch edition. I think I have. Oh, no, I thought I could craft, but I don't have enough. Are you guys focusing on quick play or on, I guess if you do, we're playing for essence. Why does it say $13,000? Why does it say $13,000? Yeah, why does it say 13 grand? Huh? All right, anyways, let's do this. I think I'm going to force in a little Barlow. I think Barlow is going to be my big brain play of the day. Okay. All right, let's get Barlow in there. Okay, let's get Barlow in there. Dominic Barlow. And then I wonder, LaMelo? Can we throw? What if we did LaMelo, Maxi? What it was? Who was the other one? What about Kawhi? He's got 21. And then Mark Williams, dude. That's actually pretty fire. This is actually pretty fire. Maxi, LaMelo, Kawhi. I kind of like this. Let's throw that in there. All right, let's do another. Let's do another one. All right, we can do Denny and Book in this one. What if we do Denny, Book, Curry? Actually, what if we don't play Denny? What if a Book? Let's throw Jalen Green in there instead. We'll put. Oh my god. And then we can throw Drummond. If we throw Drummond in this last spot, what does that leave us with? Oh my god. Why doesn't the search feature work? There we go. Drummond leaves us with 37. VJ Edgecomb, Kling Kong. VJ. Sure. You know what we can do, actually? Let's do this instead. We'll use Jalen Green for the next one. Let's do this. Throw Norm in there. That leaves us with 44. Devin Booker. So we got Book, Drummond, Curry, Denny, Powell. Yeah. Any thoughts on ceiling? I honestly, Borland, the answer is no. I don't have any thoughts. I haven't thought about ceiling one time. I know. I probably should have not thought about ceiling a single time. Okay, we're running out of MVPs now, so we can just do Paul George. We can do VJ. We can do Kling Kong. We can do Bone, and then Bane, maybe? Bone, and then Bane. There we go. That's pretty fun. Sure. You guys have any other questions over there? You barely have enough players for these teams to build a few contender lineups. Yeah, I know. I mean, again, this is kind of, this is just a little taste here. This is just a little taste to get us to the weekend. And then the weekend is when the real fun starts, That's when the real fun starts. Maybe I'll build a contender lineup. I got to look at the market, too, on some of this stuff. Let's build a contender lineup because we haven't used Jalen Green and Porzingis. Let's get both of these boys in there. I think I have another Norm. Time Lord. We wanted to play him. I think we have a Norm. Let me just see if I'm missing anybody else, though. That's projecting. We could play Bogey. No, this is tough. I wanted to go. Fuck. All right, let's take out Porzingis here for a second. Because if we take out Porzingis, this is actually pretty solid here, where you can just do Norm next, I think. We could do Norm. Then that leaves us with 25. You could do Moose or Pele. I think I'd go Moose here, maybe 2 games. 2 games for the Mooses loose. Khalil Ware, I was saying this earlier, Travel Addict guy. I think Khalil Ware's not a good play. I just don't think he's going to play a lot, but I can tell you he's got a cap of 27 and he projects for 17. Let's look at the what's the auctions looking like right now? What are these? Oh, is this clutch right here? Is that what this means when they're doing this shit? Is this clutch? Clutch. All right, let's do. Is anybody selling clutch cards? Clutch. All right, how do we filter? Whoa, that one's sick. That All-Star one is sick. Oh, card edition? Early access. Oh, they don't have a... Is it not called clutch? Is it just called playoffs? Playoffs? Or is that last year? Oh, no. Okay. Ooh, look at Tatum. So are you guys going after these clutch cards? How are we doing it? Yeah, there you go. You got to get the XP. Are you guys going after the clutch stuff? I know Maddie had some questions about it. I was gonna craft some if I had, but I don't think I'm buying. I don't think I'm buying. I think I'm done buying. I'm doing baseball. That's where my money's gonna go for now. That's where the focus will be. You crafted 5 travel attic guy, and your best was Jared Allen. Nice. Nice. Yeah, crafts only. I think that's wise. Yeah, but yeah, so we'll do this again on I guess like I don't know, man. It's hard to do a live before lock for Saturday. I don't know when we would do it. I don't think we want to do it. Would you guys want one Saturday morning? You crafted 2, Mike Conley and Tobias Harris. All right, you might be able to use those. Nikola Topic probably won't be able to use that. Jalen Brown. All right, Victor. Let's go. Yeah, Topic was nice. Oh yeah, was that your 5-star Nikola Topic? Crazy. You're using up some NBA credit. Yeah, I used up mine. Although I guess I have $19 left in credits. Let's see. Should I buy one? What's level 1? What do I need tonight? 15 points. 15 points. All right, let's see if I can get Dylan Brooks. Maybe Dylan Brooks will be a guy because I do have to use these credits here. $17. What's the instant buy on that? 23. Oh, but I can't use my credits on that. Hold on. All right. So if I get this, how much am I really spending here? All right. Whatever. Here you go. So rare. I'm buying a card. Live on stream while I'm on the So Rare channel. There we go. I can't believe you got Topic from that. Yeah, I know the travel attic guy. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's brutal. Man, it's so hot in my apartment right now. My building's just not ready for this kind of heat. All of a sudden 80 degrees. All right, we got Dylan Brooks. Let's go. Let's play him in this. Let's play him in the quick play. All righty. Brooks. Bang. Owned. Minimum target, 15 points. His over-under's at 17 tonight. Took the over. All right, gang. We're going to call it there. Listen, let me know in the Discord if you guys are in the Discord or DM me on Twitter. If you guys want a show Saturday morning, because we can't really do it Friday, right? Because that's when the next playing games are. So it's not really helpful to do. Maybe we do it Friday anyways. I don't know. We'll do something. Whether it's Friday or Saturday morning, we'll do something. Yeah, I think Kamara is interesting. It's not like my favorite play, but I think Kamara could do it. You get a star card late in MLB season. It was Bowden, yeah. Bowden was nice when he was a relief pitcher and getting starting pitcher cards. There we go, Ricky. Yeah, sorry I was so late, man. But yeah, we'll do something either Friday or Saturday morning. We'll be back. Apologies that it's a quick one. Today got a little bit busy. And again, it's only like 2.5 games really to talk through. So figured we could just kind of do it quick in the 30-minute window there. But good luck. Enjoy postseason's here, baby. Postseason is here.